Okay guys, another washed up meathead tip for you. If you remember from the first video, there we go, I can't even fucking walk, right? From the first video I showed this bar, I showed why we have the croc locks on there. Today I want to talk about warming up. If you're a washed up meathead like me, you can do all the happy skipping horse shit that you want to do. That's great, I'm all for it, go after it. But if you really want to warm up, you need to warm up on the exercise that you're going to use. Today I'm going to use this bar. So I'm going to show you all the different grips on there. So pay attention, because as I get through half the grips, I'm going to do something and you're going to think to yourself, oh shit, I didn't even think about that. So I'm only going to do a couple reps with each grip, but when I warm up I do 5 reps with each grip, and then I use that to determine what grip I'm going to use for the training day. So the different grips. I know, boring, right? Okay, you're gonna think that's a cool thing because I just added more grips, but that's not the thing I'm talking about. Okay, check this out. So that was 8 grips. Flip the bar around. I got 8 more because now everything is a reverse grip. So now that you're thinking, fuck, I didn't think I could do 16 grips with a bar that only has 4, you can. Now I got to figure out what grip I'm going to use for today. Next meathead tip is dumbbell floor presses, but I don't use the floor because washed up meatheads are not going to lay on the floor because it's too hard to get fucking up and down. So I bring the floor to me. So the cool thing about this is you can set the dumbbells up for the lift off first, so you don't have to do the knee kick and all the other shit that you have to do otherwise. Then, instead of throwing them to the floor, you just lean forward. Here's the cool part. When you go to get up, because being a washed up meathead, getting up sucks. You just, boom, right there. The dumbbells help you get up. So let's review this. So you got to get up. You use the dumbbells to support your back. Important now, when you go to get up, hands on your quads, stand up. That way you don't wreck your back. Next cool thing, put the dumbbells away. Your shit ain't got to go all the way down the ground to pick them up. They're right here because you brought the floor to you. Okay, another washed up meathead tip. If you notice, I sat down first this time so I didn't miss the bench and almost fall on my ass. The bamboo bar, the way I put the bamboo bar in the training is I'll put it in towards the back end of my training day or before I start doing more isolation movements like arm days. The way I like to use this is for time. So what I do is I'll do it for a song. So I'll wait for the song to be over on the radio and then just hold it, as you're going to see here, for the whole entire song. I'm not going to do a whole song. I'm just going to show you how I hold it. And then if it starts burning a lot, then I might do a rep and then hold it again at the top. But I will pick the random song, as long as it's not like something like Stairway to Heaven or something ridiculous, then it's not so bad. But I also like to keep the feet up because it makes it more unstable. So just hold, and it's not a whole lot of weight. At a certain point in time, it's either going to start shaking like crazy, then I'll just push up more or hold it at a different position. If it starts getting super out of hand, I'll just lower it, hold, and maybe do 1 or 2 reps and then hold again. So the whole point of this is to be able to do it for time. So say it's going to be for 3 or 5 minutes, but it's not 3 or 5 minutes of just rep, 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 or 3 or 5 minutes of just holding at the top. It's getting to the 3 or 5 minutes however you can. It's one of the best things that I found to be able to help with my shoulder stability and lockout for my bench. Washed up meathead tip. Here, my attachment, it's like, come here, so show this. It's kind of like a closet, you know, where you're flipping through your shirts, which I really don't do. We're going to use the muscle mace. Okay, then you want to come on this side. The reason I like using this for the triceps, or the reason I use this for the triceps, is when you're doing a push down, usually you're going to be restricted on the range of motion based upon the attachment. By having 3 different grenade balls here, I can train the different segments that I want without having to change an attachment. So with the lower set, I can get out really wide at the bottom, but I can't get that top that I'm looking for. So I just focus 6 or 7 reps down at the bottom and then work towards the top. This is just kind of an in-between. Where this top one, now I can get this really high segment here, but I can't get that bottom segment. But by using a giant set per se, I can hit all segments, kind of working up and down with that. And that's the muscle mace and one of my favorite exercises for triceps. Another washed up meathead tip, using this. What I'm looking for here is bicep and forearms. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to actually act like I'm benching. So I'm going to pull this way, almost like a JM press. So I'm going to bring it down and then out. So if you think of a JM press where the wrist comes a little bit behind the elbow, then you press out. That's the same thing that I'm doing here, except so I'm going to start and think just like it's a bench. Then I'm going to wrist curl it up. And then as I pull down, it's just like bringing it to the bottom of JM press. So I'm forcing the forearm into the bicep, which is going to help because my bench is still a poverty bench, but it's actually making a little income now. So it's going to help as I build the bench up to build this back up to get more rebound out of the bottom. So it doesn't have to be a Tsunami type bar. It does help because I can bend a little bit. The key is to start in that flex position and then just pull down to where you can feel the forearm drive into the bicep. Okay guys, back to the clothes hanger. This time I'm going to use a long strap. Actually, that's not the long one I want. So this guy, come back over here.
Hey Dave, are you done playing with your balls now?
Yeah, my balls are made of steel. Iron balls.
Not 2, but 6.
God. Okay, so on this non-testicle exercise, I'm going to use it for an extension. So I want it about shoulder position. And you're going to see why I want the long strap here in a minute. If you're doing standing tricep, so this is not like a skull crusher, like a dumbbell skull crusher, but I do it still like a JM press. If the strap's too short, I either have to go over my head, but being a washed up meathead, I can't. That's it, you know, so this one, no. So I have to find a way to be able to stay here, but not have the strap hit the back of my head. So, step out here, and then right back into the extension position, and then flex. All right, so we had some technical difficulties, so a little splice there. It's because my triceps are so fucking strong. So you can start, I like to start just with the regular extensions and weight's too light until I go to failure. Then I'll take it down to a JM press and do it as a superset. So one kind of feeds into the other one. The weight's a little light, but you guys get what I'm talking about. Hey guys, as always, if you like these washed up meathead videos, leave a comment, like the video, do whatever you're supposed to do to help the algorithm. These are not really that hard for me to do. They just remembering to do them is a little bit of a pain in the ass sometimes. I'm also kind of filming them not always in the same training session, so occasionally you might see a washed up meathead tip from one training session thrown in the middle of another one, and that's okay because I'm just randomly saying, here's my phone, film this. Sometimes I'm serious with what I'm doing and sometimes I'm just fucking around, so it's up for you guys to figure that out. So appreciate the support, leave a comment, do what you got to do. Thank you guys.